Alright, welcome back to part 3 of AlienwareDG up against Razer.3gp, assuming you left at all. So, the next team fight could really go either way, with the blink daggers on both sides. Basically, I think whoever initiates will win. That's kind of happens a lot in Dota. You really want to get the drop in on your opponents, and initiators are hugely important to have on your team. And I think both sides have very good initiators, with the Nevermore on one side and the Earthshaker on the other. So it could really go either way. And the fight might go down at Rosh, which is a pretty interesting place for a fight to go down. Lion was over here with an invisibility rune for the longest time, but then it ran out, and he kind of died. And I'm not sure what he was doing standing there for as long as he was standing there. Is that a Scourge Sentry Ward? No, a Razer. That is a Scourge Sentry Ward. Why on earth? I guess maybe, I have no idea why they put a counter or Sentry Ward there in any event. It killed Lion. So Broodmother is going in for the Rosh. I said Slardar was a fantastic Rosher. Broodmother's not so good at taking him out fast, but she can sure as hell tank him. And Sentinel's not here to pick it up, so I'm a bit surprised, actually, to see Scourge getting off a Rosh. I didn't think that it would go down so uncontested. Crystal Maiden's coming in with her Nova. I guess they're going to contest this a bit late, however. So here comes the Nevermore. Broodmother BKB's Nevermore's ultimate, and Slardar is coming in for some pew pew pew. Broodmother's ramboing around like a fast maniac, which she is. Slardar's fast too, and Broodmother's ultimate's gone, and Broodmother's toast. Storm Spirit's trying to kill Darkseer. Darkseer is tanking it up though. He has his Vanguard. Earthshaker comes in with his initiation, however, not a great place for Earthshaker to fight in. Earthshaker goes down, the Darkseer goes down, Lion ultimates the Storm Spirit, he's running away. The Vengeful Spirit goes down to stun some other stuff from Lion, and Sentinel just positively cleans up. So I think one of the reasons that fight went so heavily in favor of the Sentinel is because where it was, Scourge has Earthshaker, right? When you have an Earthshaker, you want to fight with the creeps around to really make the most of his ultimate. So that wasn't there for them. And really, I think that was basically a huge turning point. I think the game, you could say it was pretty even before that. I think Sentinel did have a bit of an advantage, certainly, but not like a large advantage. But now, with the kills they picked up, and the Rosh, and this tower too, I think Sentinel really has a large advantage. At this point, I'd be very surprised if Sentinel didn't win the game. But it's not a huge advantage. As you can see, the kill count's only 18 to 14. It's a large but not insurmountable advantage. That's how I'm going to spin it. Large but not insurmountable. Because they do have an Earthshaker. And Earthshaker, one thing I'll say about Earthshaker, he's very good at sort of stalling the other team from pushing your axes. Just because he can blink in. Because Earthshaker's at his most effective when he's defending axes, really. So he might be able to let them hang on, and maybe the Potom will get some farm in, and the Storm Spirit. Keep in mind, the Storm Spirit's only managed to farm up his BKB, which isn't much. It's like a Storm Spirit with just a BKB. He's kind of like a Medusa with just a Lincoln's and Stump Sense. He's not that effective. He really needs to get one more item to start really pulling his weight. That's much more true for the Medusa than the Storm Spirit, really, because the Storm Spirit still has all his spells. When he blows all his spells, that does a bit, but once he gets another item, he can start doing some physical DPS, just a normal right-click attacks. And then his usefulness should pick up a fair bit. But this Slardar, he's got his BKB, a Blink, an Urn, and a Hyperstone. I'm not sure if he had the Hyperstone in the last encounter or not. Let me check his gold to try and guess. 300 gold. He probably didn't have his Hyperstone for the last fight. I'm not certain, though. So Sentinel's trying to pick off another tower. We'll see if Earthshaker gets in and Blink ult in, because there is a pretty decent creep wave here. No, it looks like they're not going to defend this tower, but I kind of doubt that Sentinel will push the racks right now. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not, but I don't get the feeling it'll happen. They might just feel the enemy team out and see what happens. Vengeful Spirit's level 9, so if she was level 11, she might be able to ninja swap someone in. Oh, good arrow from the Potom, and Earthshaker does his Blink ult in. However, Earthshaker goes down to an ult from Lion, and now Nevermore is coming in with the Blink. However, Vengeful Spirit cancels it with a swap, and out away goes his... Now Crystal Maiden's ulting, which is doing a little bit of damage. Slardar is running away at low health. The Broodmother's BKB, and she has her ult on, I believe. However, that can't be lasting for too much longer, so she's going to run away. And Scourge team doesn't really have much left. Neither does the Sentinel, though. Nevermore has used his magic wand. Podham's arrow misses. There's a bit of back and forth guerrilla warfare going on. The Nevermore is running back to kill the tower. We'll see if they push the tower. Nevermore very exposed in this position. However, Podham's arrow is gone. Vengeful Spirit stuns. Storm Spirit zips in. However, Nevermore backs away from the zip in. Slider is coming in to kill the Storm Spirit. And down goes the Storm Spirit. And despite Nevermore being at low health, make that being dead, but with an Aegis, so he's coming back in just a second. Meanwhile, the Darkseer is taking heavy damage. The Nevermore's back alive. He's in the middle of it. He gets stunned. The Podham does from her Manta, so she is out. The Crystal Maiden's at extremely low health. She gets killed by the Broodmother. The Nevermore's running away at about half health now. The Darkseer at even less health, using his vacuum to disrupt the enemy team's chasing. The Lion comes in with a stun, disrupting their chasing even more. I don't think Scourge can chase them. They might get the Lion. The Slider should probably get away. Slider coming in with a stun. The Darkseer goes down. The Slider and the Nevermore pick off the Broodmother. The Podham has got to run away. The Slider is at low health. The Venge is at low health. The Podham gets off an arrow on the Nevermore, which helps kill the Nevermore. The Nevermore goes down. The Slider is still at half health. The Podham uses her Moonlight, her nuke, to help kill him even more. The Venge is probably too far away to stun, I believe. Podham has her leap, which might help Venge catch up, or might give her the right click she needs. She gets the right click and off. Lion is teleporting out. And that was quite a bit of action. I wasn't sure the push would actually happen, but it did. And it was a moderately even exchange. However, one thing you really have to consider is the Podham got up a triple kill at the end of it. So, I think the Scourge really did win that push. I mean, it wasn't like a dominating defense, but it was successful. I mean, they got the firemen on the Podham. I think they were a few levels behind. So in general, the kills they got against the enemy, even though the number of kills is pretty even, the heroes they killed were higher level, so they're more valuable kills. So I do feel that was a successful defense for the Scourge. The Sentinel started off fairly well, but then I guess they just kept going and they sort of ran out of steam, and the Scourge eventually turned things around. I still feel the Scourge is behind though. However, this Podham does have a bit of farm now. We might see her carry power go up immensely. We'll see what she chooses for her next item. I think Podham's next item, and if she gets it in time for another major encounter, will be a big factor in this game. If she can't get another item in time for the next battle, that could be huge. But if she can pull off, something big, like, a butterfly somewhere, I'm not sure how much gold she has. We'll check. She has 3,300 gold, so she's really close to something big ticket. And she is right next to this guy, so it's looking like a butterfly. If she can finish that off in time for the next fight, that'll be huge. But if not, if she only has an eagle horn, then it won't be half as good. Scourge, on the other hand, the Nevermore also has his eagle horn, and he's actually closer than the Podham to finish it. So actually, what I think will happen is Nevermore will probably finish his butterfly, and then Sentinel will push. And that will probably be before Podham has finished hers off. That's just really considering the farm of Nevermore, but no one else on his team is close to anything. I think they're going to wait for him to finish his butterfly and then choose to push, although they might do it earlier than that if they can catch a hero out of position. But odds are, I'm thinking that we're going to see Nevermore finish his butterfly, and then a push. And that might be a game-ending push, depending on how it goes. But in any event, back to what's going on, we're seeing Broodmother pushing bottom again. She's been trying to push this for a while, but she has to TP top. She can't afford to not be at this fight. She cannot outpush the enemy team. So Crystal Maiden gets stunned by Podham's arrow. And Blink in from the Nevermore takes out the Crystal Maiden. And the Darkseer is going down in a moment. The Storm Spirit's at about half health. The Lion's going down to the Broodmother, who's just BKB right now, but not before she killed the Lion. Nevermore and Slider are in a lot of trouble. Their allies are gone and they're isolated, and they're probably going to be toast in a moment. There goes the Nevermore. And now the Slider is up against pretty much the world. Slider against the world. Slider against the world. Slider has sprint, so he can take the world down. However, Broodmother's really fast in her web, but it doesn't look like she's going to chase down for the kill. So, a fail push from the Sentinel. They were aggressive, but Podham got the initiation with the arrow out, and once her arrow hit, they committed to it with an Earthshaker Blink Dagger ult. And Broodmother took out the Lion before he could... It's important for the Lion to live long enough for Broodmother's BKB to expire, so he can start to get off some stuns. I don't think Lion really contributed anything in that fight, and that's one of the reasons why Scourge was so successful. They took out the Lion without him being able to really do anything. So after that fight, I think Sentinel's lead is really evaporated because I thought Nevermore was going to get his butterfly first. His gold, where did his gold go? He must have spent it on something. I couldn't just be from dying. I don't think he bought back. Maybe he did buy back. In any event, this Broodmother's 4,000 gold. He's going to get a big ticket item in a moment. I think the momentum of the game is you look at the gold, the Broodmother and the Storm and the Bottom both have a lot of gold, which they'll be converting to big ticket items in no time, whereas on the Sentinel side of things, they're quite poor. So really, to be honest, despite Sentinel's last push going so terrible, at this point, when you look at the gold, it's almost like they have to make the next push, because if they don't, then Scourge's items are going to just dominate. And as I say, this Bottom she's picked up her Talisman of Evasion, so she might pick up a Quarterstaff at the side shop or ferry it to her in a moment. I mean, a Quarterstaff, you can farm that just with a blink of your Tiger's eyelashes. She doesn't have to blink herself, or Tiger can do the blinking to get it. Looks like there's a battle forming up in the woods, maybe. Strong Sentinel presence, Scourge backs off because there's only 3 of them. They don't really want to commit to this fight. Stormspirits picked up a point booster. Was that it was 2,000? No, he had that anyways, so I'm not sure what item he's going to get. The point booster, he wouldn't go Lincoln's after already having BKB. I don't think he'd go Scotty. I think he just got just a point booster for a point booster, but I don't know, I mean, a point booster, just the mana on it's not that great on Storm Spirit. You really want the regen items. The point booster, really an underwhelming choice, I think. Now he's got an ultimate orb. Ultimate orb plus point booster. It looks like he's going Scotty. Which, I don't know, it's interesting. We'll see how it works out. I guess he doesn't really want a sheep stick. I guess he thinks the other team will be BKB and he won't get much use out of it, whereas the extra survivability from the Shivas will help him stick around. Who knows? It's an interesting choice in that event. It's a bit unconventional. I definitely think BKB and Sheep/Orchid is the most common build I've been seeing. And so this Slardar, he's picked up a Mithril Hammer, and that's probably part of the Stygians, I would assume. But he's nowhere as close to finishing off the Stygians unless he's got something hiding on the Crow from me. No, he's nowhere as close to being finished as Stygians, and he's not really getting any free farm in. So I don't think he's going to finish the Stygian story before the end of the game. I think that one hammer, that's all he's ever going to get. The Broodmother looking like she wants a butterfly too. She's about 1,100 gold away from her butterfly. So Sentinel picking off a Rosh with his Amplify damage. Actually, Amplify damage just isn't even active. Okay, there it is. It wasn't active for a while though, which is a bit unusual. I don't understand why it wasn't on when I checked it first, but it is now, and down he goes. However, there might be a bit of a fight going down. We'll see. Uh-oh. Broodmother got stunned before she could use her BKB, which means she might die. No, she got swapped out by the Vengeful Spirit. However, the Sentinel is just running riot here, but Broodmother's running riot too. However, BKB expires, and down she goes. Storm Spirit zipping away. The Potom was not there for that fight, which is terrible. And Storm Spirit goes down too. So triple kill on Alienware, yeah, it's Nevermore. So Potom was... Where were you, Potom? Your team needed you. I guess that was a bit of a poor choice. The Scourge ramboed in a bit too late, and they were uncoordinated and unorganized, and they paid for it. And with 3 heroes down, there's a deadly push coming in.